Hello, everyone. Claire Jones from Clarifications Coaching. This is the next video in a series where I go over some of the processes and systems and tools that I use both for my clients as well as in my own business. And I've created a few how-to videos to kind of show you how they work and why they're really great to use in your own business as well. So I am a business consultant and leadership coach for women entrepreneurs, and I help badass women entrepreneurs grow their businesses without burning out. And so these tools and systems and processes are key to those that not burning out, essentially, and making things efficient and effective and productive for you. So today I'm going to be going over Mailchimp again. The first video about Mailchimp was about making email campaigns and automated email campaigns. And today I'm going to be going over making a landing page. So a landing page is basically just a static page that you can direct people to that will allow you to get their information or have them sign up or direct them to a specific thing that you want to direct them to. So you can easily do this through Mailchimp, and I'm going to show you how you do. So I need to make a landing page for my upcoming neuroleadership webinar series, and I want to collect some email addresses as I ramp up to the launch because I want to know who's interested in knowing when the launch actually starts. And so that's a perfect way to incorporate landing pages into your business. So it's asking me for a verification code real fast. I'm just looking up on my phone. This is just my general business Mailchimp account. And I'm going to go to create. And I'm going to go to landing page. And I'm going to call this landing page Neuro Leadership Webinar Series Launch, because that's what I'm making for today. So I'm going to add them to a wait list. And that's audience. You can create a bunch of different audiences. These are just separate buckets for different kinds of audiences. So if you have a newsletter audience or you have a family audience or any type of group of email addresses that you have, you can use different audiences for that. And so I'm going to choose one of their templates, and I think I'm going to move my head here so that you guys get a better look. So let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to do one of the lead generation ones, and I'm really digging. Let's do the garden house one. You can always edit it, but it'll just give you a general template to work with so that you're not starting from scratch. And you can start from scratch if you want, but I prefer to start with a template because it makes it easy. So I'm going to start with this one, and it's called Garden House. So I'm going to put Clarifications Coaching up here instead. Let's see if I can find a logo for myself. I think I have one uploaded in here. Yep. Actually, I'm not going to do a logo. I think I'm just going to do text in here. So I can just delete this block. Yes, I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to put text in here instead. Put Clarifications Coaching, LC. I'm going to center it. And so this is basically a text box that you can edit, do whatever you want. You can change the style, you can change the settings, you can change all kinds of stuff. I'm going to change the style of the font and make it a heading font just to make it bigger. That's a little too big, so I'm going to go down. There we go. And then I'm going to change the color, which is over here. Change it to white so that you see it against the dark backdrop. And that's all good. So this is just a divider. I don't really need to do anything about that. Let's see if I can change the image. Yep, if I scroll to the bottom and hover over it here, it'll give me an option to change the image. And I already have an image that I've set up for my webinar series, so actually, I need to remove the text from it real fast. So I'm going to do that over here in Canva. If you haven't heard about Canva, it's one of my favorite tools as well. And I did a video about it a little while ago, just to show you how I use Canva and how I create different Instagram posts, different Facebook cover posts. You can really create a lot of different things in them. Presentations, workbooks, flyers, posters, all kinds of stuff. And so you can resize it if you have the paid account, which is what I'm doing right here. And I'm going to make a copy of this so that I can edit it real fast. And yeah, so a landing page is basically just getting people to go to a certain spot and making sure that they're directed. Instead of having to wander around on your website and try to find what you want them to find, it's an easy way to just direct them exactly to where you want them to go. So if you're pushing a particular product or pushing a particular event or a launch or something like that, you can create a landing page so that they don't have to search through your website and look for it on their own. It just creates less steps for the consumer to go through. So I'm just downloading this image real fast and then uploading it over here. Put this in images and events, and that's the back image that I would like. So I'm uploading it real fast. And this is the background that I've been using on all of my materials for the webinar series. And it's just a background that I got from Canva on one of their presentation templates. And it's just a really cool image of neurons. And I changed the color to this green because that's my branding colors as well. And that's something you can easily do on Canva. And so it makes it all brainy and, you know, gets the customer thinking about what you're actually going to do, what they're actually going to get into. So, Neuro Leadership webinar series launch. Sign up to be notified when the series launches and get first dibs. I'm going to change the color of this just to make it a little more pop out. So this is something that you can easily do in all of the Mailchimp templates, whether you're doing emails or landing pages, or I think they even offer postcards as well. And so you have all of this content boxes that represent different things, and so you can use them in any way you like. You can drag and drop them. It's really easy, and each content box is going to do something a little bit differently, and I go over that in my first video about Mailchimp and how it works. So I like to put in some of these stars that I use for branding things. So I'm going to go over here and put those in there. Let's see if I can find one. There we go. So I'm just going to make it a little more pretty, edit this so that we can see it. Now it's in white font, so you're not going to be able to see it, but if you highlight it, you'll be able to see it just like that. Dun, da, da, da. Cool. So we have the heading at the top, we have the topic right here, and then they're going to put in their email address. And so you can edit this and you can put in email address, first name, last name. I'm going to put these as required just because I want those from my audiences. And then you can go to style if you want to edit the kind of things that it has on it, edit the way that it looks. You can edit the background, edit the font, edit the text color. And then I like rounded corners on my boxes, so I'm just going to round it out a little bit. You can also do rounded corners on the button, which I'm going to do roughly around the same that I did for the info boxes. I had a little bit more, so I'm going to just bump it up a little bit. Cool. And you can change the color of the button. You can change all kinds of stuff. And then in settings, you can do alignment. You can do form width. You can do all kinds of stuff. So for the content, I'm going to change what the text says on the button. I think I'm just going to put sign up. And then you can change the confirmation message. So maybe you want another landing page, maybe you want a different web address, or maybe you just want the confirmation message. And I'm going to change the confirmation message. Wow, I have trouble speaking today. To you have been added to the wait list. That's essentially what it is. All right, save and close that. So now we can see, easy peasy, Neuro Leadership Webinar Series launch. Sign up to be notified when the series launches and get first dibs. And then I'm going to delete these little boxes. These are just logos if you want them. I don't need anything there, so I'm just going to delete them. I'm not going to delete anything need anything of these either, so I'm just going to delete them. And you see these little trash cans when you hover over them, and that's when you're just deleting the blocks. So don't need this. It's got a simple landing page, but they have all kinds of different stuff you can put in here. These are image boxes with captions. And you can edit those if you want, but I don't need them for my purposes. So actually, you know what? I do need them for my purposes because I'm going to put down an outline of what to expect in the webinar series. That's a good idea. Let's do that. So these are dividers. I don't want these. It's just taking up space. So remove. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate these since I deleted some of them. And I'm going to have 5 videos. So I'm going to make 5 of these little boxes to go over what to expect in the webinar series. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. All right. So the first video is going to be, I don't know why this box is there, but that's okay. I need some images. So I'm going to create some quick images in my Canva over here. I need my presentation. I'm going to use the, and so in Canva you can save templates and stuff and then resize them. It's really easy, but I'm just going to grab some quick images so that I have some images to insert in here. All right. So I have my photos made now, so I'm going to upload them real fast so that I have access to them. And I store them in my product images folder. So first I'm going to do intro. I guess I can do multiple of them at once. Let's do that. That'll be faster. All right, I want the intro one first, so I'm going to insert that. And then I'm going to do this one with making decisions. That's what I want. And then the third one is going to be, so you can go over to these replace images. It's easy to replace them. No, I already did making decisions. I want self-regulation now. And you just can go down, edit as needed. It's easy once you know where to go. Collaborating with others. And then facilitating change. Insert. Cool. This little box is stuck over here. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's not supposed to do that. All right, first one. is going to be intro. And you can go through and just like describe what each one is. And I have little descriptions written up over here that I'm going to copy and paste. If my computer will speed up, it's a little slow today. So I can just copy and paste. I don't want that to be bold, so I'm going to change that. And then you can see in this, come on. Come on. Are you in the... I don't know why it's bold there. Let's see if I can change that. So they've added some all right, there we go. So they've added some paragraphs at the beginning just to make sure that it's at the bottom of the box, which is fine. It can be also at the top. It doesn't matter to you. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. So that's how you edit it. And you can also go through style. You can also go through settings, caption on the right, image alignment in the center, right caption width, number of images, all kinds of stuff. You can change the font. You can do rounded corners again, all kinds of stuff. But I'm just going to be going through these and editing them, making decisions, copy and paste from over here. In this video, here we go. So since it's a little shorter of a text, I'm going to add some paragraphs in there to make it at the bottom, which is fine. Copy and paste from over here. It helps if you already have it, drafted up by the time you're making the landed page, but you can also make it up as you go. Again, it's shorter, so I'm going to add some paragraphs in there to make sure it's at the bottom. It's a little too far for me, so I'll delete that. And you can put in any information you want. You can put in links, you can put in videos, you can put in photos, you can put in text, anything that you think will appeal to the people who are you're directing to this page. So I don't have something written up yet, so I'm going to make this up as I go. I'll be talking about understanding the true drivers of human social behavior. And then I'll be going over workplace engagement. and how they, because it's multiple drivers, how they, and again, it's at the top, so I'm going to bump it down a bit, save and close. And then for the last one, I'm doing facilitating change. So I'm just going to edit that. No. I kicked my boyfriend out of the room, so I could do this video, and he was just wondering if he could come in yet. And the answer is no. And I don't have anything written up for this either, so in this video, I'll be going over why change initiatives often fail and how to make them succeed. And again, it's at the top, so I'm going to bump it down a little bit. Cool. So that's it. And if you ever want to see what it ends up looking like, you can go to the preview button and it'll show you what it looks like just to see it on your desktop or on your mobile. So this is what it will end up showing up like for the customer or whoever you're directing to this. And then I don't want this bottom part, so I'm just going to delete it. Clear. And delete. Yes. Delete. Yes. And I'm going to do one of my brand colors down here just to round it out. I have them in a Google Doc where I keep them, so I know their hexes and HTMLs off the bat. I can just copy and paste them really quickly. There you go. And then preview again, just to make sure that it looks cool. Neuro Leadership Webinar Series launch. Sign up to be notified when the series launches and get first dibs, email address, first name, last name. And then the description of what it is. You don't have to do a description of what it is, but I recommend that just so that they know what they're signing up for. The making decisions, the spacing is a little off, so I think I'm going to edit that. But I'm just going over and making sure that it's all uniform, stuff like that. And you can also look at the mobile just to see what it looks like. So it's a little smaller, but it works. That looks weird on mobile, so I think I'm going to get rid of those paragraphs and just do it easy peasy. Save that and close that. Close that. Yeah, that looks super weird on mobile if you have that break there. And it's important to look at things like that, just so that you can see, like, is your audience on mobile? Is it on desktop? You can look at Google Analytics to get that kind of information. If you have Google Analytics set up on your site, it'll tell you how many of your audiences are viewing your site on mobile and how many on desktop. And then you can edit your stuff so that it's optimized for either one. So this looked a little small on mobile as well. So I'm going to make the fields a little bit longer, and I think I can do that in style. Maybe it's in settings. Block settings, form width, maybe 75. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So I'm going to save and close that. And you can do social shares, you can do social follows. I think I'm going to do a social share where those, it's not letting me. Okay, that template doesn't allow me to put that there. So I will put it down here instead. And again, you can change the style, you can change the background. I'm going to change the color so that it is white, like that. And I'm going to change the font color so that it's also white, so that you can see it against that dark green. And then for the content, you can share on Facebook, you can share on Twitter. I'm going to add some more services. No one really uses Google Plus anymore. I don't think it even exists anymore. I think they shut that down recently. So I'm going to add LinkedIn. I'm going to add, I don't have Instagram on here, which I'm surprised about, but that's okay. Then I'm just going to do LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Cool. So I'm going to go back to preview just to make sure it still looks good. I mean, it doesn't have to be too complicated. It can be as simple or as complicated as you like. So there we go. And then I'm going to check mobile again just to make sure that it looks good. Yeah, that looks much better without those paragraphs in there. And those fields look a lot better when they're longer. So maybe I'm going to get rid of this divider up here because that's a lot of space for people to scroll through. But this is how you can see what it looks like. Cool. I'm going to get rid of that divider up here. Delete. Yep. And then maybe do a smaller divider. Like, I don't want... remove. Yeah, there we go. I don't want that line there, so I'm just going to do a little bit of padding at the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to go back to my preview just to make sure that it looks like how I want it to look like. So on mobile, that looks a lot better because that's not as much blank space for people to scroll through. So that's awesome. So I'm going to move my face over here and save and close. Basically, that's it. And then you're going to use the link to page title is going to be Neuroleadership Webinar Series Launch. List. And then you can add the URL here. And you can use your own custom domain if you want. It's a paid feature. Or you can just use the Mailchimp domain. I often use services like Bitly or OWL or one of those URL shortening services so that it's just not a long URL. And I'm just going to do the name of the page title as a URL. So I did Neuroleadership webinars series launch wait list. And remember to do the dashes for URLs because otherwise you can do it all one word too, but it looks better if you have dashes in there. So I'm going to add a tag to this. So that when they are added to this audience list of mine, they are tagged as the Neuro Leadership Webinar Launch waitlist, because then you can send emails to that specifically tagged subsection of that audience, and then you can keep straight where you got all of these email addresses from. So that's easy to keep track of. And then the content. And then just look over it one last time to make sure it looks good. We have the page title, we have the URL set up, we have the audience at the tag set up, and we have the content set up. So I'm going to hit publish. High five! Your landing page is now live on the web. So you can go to this URL and see your landing page. And so this is the URL that you're going to share with people if you want them to go to your landing page. And so I often use, like I said, Bitly. It's bitly.com, and you can copy and paste your URL in here and shorten it. And it just gives you a nice little bit.ly. It's short, sweet, easy to share. Or you can use the whole thing. Doesn't matter. So that's kind of how you create a landing page. And now it looks all nice and professional. You're going to get your email addresses, your names, and all kinds of stuff already in here. So then if you have upcoming emails you want to send them, you have a list to start from. Or you can do a product, or you can do all kinds of stuff. I'll show you the different templates just to show you what other options there are. I'm going to do products just to... So you can accept payments. I'll show you what that looks like. So that's like selling a product or something like that. If it'll load. So yeah, so you can book now. You can make all kinds of buttons, all kinds of info, all kinds of images. You can buy now the t-shirts. And so for this block, the buy now, you have to accept the payments on your page. So you connect your Square account. And so they have a, relationship with Square where you can integrate the two with Mailchimp and Square. So if you buy them directly through this landing page, it'll go directly to that Square account. And so that's easy to sell products. If you're doing a particular product or doing a particular workshop or something like that, you can sell it through a landing page made on Mailchimp. So that's pretty neat. But that's it for today. I just wanted to show you how to make up these landing pages. And they're really easy, and it's the free account, so you don't really have to pay for anything. And you don't really need much web designing help either, or knowledge. So it's a really easy way to do that. So that's it for today. Take care. Love you all.